And we're back.
We are.
Gamescom coming to you from Gamescom here in Cologne, Germany. We're wrapping up the show. You might say we're mopping up all the sweaty
all
game
the
business.
trash on the ground.
Also, Cologne is a misnomer. It's called Megaton.
No, it was ironically named.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
No. Cologne's a gorgeous city, though. I
actually really like Cologne.
Yeah, the city itself.
Stop being so offensive, Marty.
I know, the city itself is incredible.
Yeah,
You just don't like the convention center. You like the city.
I feel like a lot of people just they don't really know what Gamescom's all about. Maybe they don't realize how big this show is.
Yeah.
350,000 people come to the show.
We've all covered obviously E3s and PAXs and Comic Cons, and this nothing.
I think
compares to
E3
this.
is like 40, so like this is like significantly bigger.
PAX is like 75,000.
Yeah.
So Ryan, you tweeted that picture out.
I tweeted a picture from the stairs looking down into one of the main hallways, and there's just no room. There are people.
There's literally, it's
you have to swim. You have to Dead Rising. Through
you have to Dead Rise above it.
So not only
the hard part is it flows like a river, but if you need to split off, so if you're like in the middle of it and you need to get to a hall, it is so hard to just fight to the side of a hallway. It takes like 10 minutes.
So not only is it packed, there's no noise regulations.
No.
So every booth is just blasting music. They're yelling at
It's
everyone.
like a competition.
The crowds are chanting.
I'm not sure if our healthcare covers like hearing loss.
Yeah, I know. I'm not sure.
We'll see when we get back.
But then Cologne is a really nice city. It's the #1 tourist spot in Germany.
It's the Dom.
Because we have the Dom Cathedral here, which is this giant Gothic,
it is
beautiful
Dark
cathedral.
Souls the building.
You get the Roxanne House, big old thing to meet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then around the Dome, there's just like lots of like casual cafes and good people watching and lots of good beer.
Gelato.
And shopping. And
Gelato
stuff.
every 3
Gelato,
quarters.
I actually really like Cologne. Anyway, that's just a little
Just a taste of Germany. Welcome to the travel show at IGN.
GameScoop TripAdvisor edition. Anyway, we wrapped up the Sony conference. Now let's talk about the Microsoft conference. Microsoft arguably had the biggest reveal of the show, the biggest surprise of the
It
show.
100% was, yeah.
For sure.
And the announcement that Rise of the Tomb Raider, the next Tomb Raider, will be an Xbox exclusive.
But it was confusing, yeah.
The
worry
word
is that there's a big
Holiday
like
2014
asterisk next to that.
exclusive.
Yeah, I believe that's the phrasing. Xbox or Rise of Tomb Raider is coming exclusively to Xbox One fall 2014.
So I want to say there is no universe in which that game stays exclusive forever.
Yeah,
to
Sure,
Xbox.
sure.
Yep.
Well, I think
But
now
you're
that's
talking
been
about-
clarified, right?
What's that?
Like now, after the fact, they finally said that it's a limited exclusive, I think.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to say when.
When, yeah,
but
yeah.
I imagine
2016.
a year
Q1
later, it's
2016.
gonna come.
Yeah, when a Game of the Year edition comes out.
Yeah.
I mean, still, regardless, this is huge. Like
This is a really, that's a really big announcement. Obviously, the last Tomb Raider went to PlayStation and Xbox and PC.
Yeah.
Now
And then
they've
the
shorted
definitive
up.
edition was on both next-gen consoles as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I mean that was a game that over time it ended up moving like 7 million units, something awesome. Everyone loved it. Like it was one of our Game of the Year nominees. So yeah, I mean this is huge. It's just another example of the arms race that Sony and Microsoft are having. Not only with this, but with sort of content exclusivity within games and sort
like
of
Destiny is like the platform
Destiny,
for PS4 or whatever.
Destiny is a PlayStation game.
Call
of Duty is an Xbox game.
It's just I mean it's interesting though because Rise of the Tomb Raider was revealed at the Microsoft conference at E3.
That's right.
But I didn't even you don't think about it in that context. You're just like, oh, that makes sense that they had to be on one stage. They were on that one. But now looking back, it's like, oh, so they probably knew as far back as E3 at least.
I think they were still working on the deal.
Right.
Everything wasn't set. But so what I've seen this week is a huge backlash.
Yeah.
Like people are angry about it.
Well, I mean,
PlayStation 4.
the statement Crystal Dynamics put out after was like, we still have our PC and PS4 fans who could buy Tomb Raider Definitive Edition and the Temple of Osiris later this year, which is like...
Which I think that game will be super fun.
Of course it
Totally
will.
not the same thing.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. It was just a weird... Like, it almost would have been better to not say that and just let people, know it'll come eventually.
Yeah. So it makes me wonder, like, is this deal really a net positive for Microsoft and Square Enix, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine... God, I don't know.
I mean, it is. It absolutely is. It's a year and a half away. I mean, like, by the time it comes out, like, you can only buy it on a Microsoft system. People are going to want it for Christmas. Like, it will still pay off for them, I would imagine.
I think the real way for it to pay off is to call it, get rid of the T and the O, and just put the number 2 there. And so it's 2 Raider.
That's the way.
Yeah, that's the way to get it to sell. That's why everyone loves Too Fast, Too Furious. Because it has 2 twos.
Rise of the Tomb Raider is an interesting title. Don't games with numbers in the title sell better?
You think so? I don't know why.
Isn't that a scientific fact?
I think it was, but we're getting away from that. Like in this most recent generation, it's like Infamous Second Son instead of Infamous 3.
God of War,
Killzone Shadowfall, Assassin's Creed
Unity,
exactly. So I think we're getting away from that.
Yeah, interesting. I don't know. It's a really big deal. Obviously, Microsoft paid Square Enix a lot of money for this, but I hope it pays off for them.
Yeah.
I mean, the game will still be great. Like the game will still be. I'm excited for a sequel to that game because it'll work out the kinks that I think Tomb Raider had. So like I think like no matter where I play it, I'm excited to play it.
And the whole thing is, a year from now, there's going to be enough rad games on both consoles to where you know you're going to want. Obviously, they're a lot of money, but you're going to want to own both of them. So hopefully that happens. Yeah.
It's just interesting. At Sony's conference, they announced that they've now sold over 10 million PlayStation 4s. The last update from Xbox was that they'd shipped 5 million Xbox One, so there are just more gamers on PS4. But they gave the exclusive to the smaller install base.
I mean, that's money, right? You have to imagine, like Microsoft is trying to turn those tides.
I know.
And I would hope, like, you know, I guess we'll get to in a second. There's a Madden bundle, there's a FIFA bundle. Like, they're kind of pulling out the big guns specifically for Christmas time. I think they're looking for the next 2 holiday seasons to be a lot of incentive to buy an Xbox for Christmas. I think I would imagine that's their game.
Like I said, I've seen a lot of backlash this week. I got a lot of emails into GameScoop this week. GameScoop at IGN.com if you ever want to reach us. This one comes from Eric Pereira, Mike Pereira's brother. He says, I've had the new Tomb Raider pre-order for PS4 since E3. However, as soon as I heard the disappointing news, I immediately canceled my pre-order.
Good idea.
Canceled his pre-order of something that doesn't exist.
Of that vaporware, yeah.
He says, even if this does come out for other platforms, would you still recommend to friends and fans to keep their pre-orders even though they would be having to wait until the following year to play it? Yeah, I don't see what the point of
I mean, those pre-orders will probably get automatically canceled anyway, I would imagine.
I would think so.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think games nowadays aren't in really limited supply, so you don't have to pre-order them out of fear that you won't get it. It's mostly now I pre-order so I can get my whatever dumb
you get your T-shirt and your art book and your soundtrack. Yeah.
I just do it so Amazon gets it to me on release day and I don't have to go to a store.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, that's like the only reason I pre-order.
That being said, pre-order Borderlands.
Yeah, exactly. That said, please pre-order Borderlands and Battleborn.
I forgot to tell you, when we had Borderlands on the live show, the footage of the person playing Claptrap was Garfet.
It was.
Yeah, you're famous.
I am. I'm super famous.
Yeah.
Eric says, P.S. I am extremely dissatisfied with this decision by both Microsoft and Square Enix. I will most definitely only purchase this game secondhand to ensure that neither company sees any profits from myself. It was bad enough waiting up to 6 months to receive an Assassin's Creed game when I was a PC gamer, but this is ridiculous. I switched to consoles because I thought things like this weren't supposed to happen, and I received a lot of emails this week.
I think it's because it's been so long. Like, we grew up with this all the time.
Have people just forgotten what it's like?
I think they have. I mean, like, the 360 PS3 era started this way too, but it's just been a while, I guess. Like, I mean, I think it's been 5 or so years since the last time we really saw a big third-party exclusive happening in that way.
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of unprecedented, though. I mean, the Mass Effect series started as an Xbox thing and eventually became an Xbox.
So did BioShock. The first BioShock was only on 360 also.
But I legitimately can't think of another example where it starts broad and then gets narrow. That's weird.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure there are examples.
Someone in the comment section is accurate.
The always helpful viewers will let us know politely in the comments.
Thanks, viewers. Be polite.
I don't know. It's crazy. I just want to point out one more time, this is the only medium that does this. There isn't like one movie that you can only play on one Blu-ray player.
Right. Sony Pictures can only play on Sony
it's
Blu-ray.
It's the AMC exclusive.
It's only in one chain of theaters. Video games are the only medium that works this crazy way. I don't know. Speaking of Xbox One exclusives, Microsoft also announced the Evolve Beta will also be an Xbox One exclusive in January.
Yeah, I mean, we were all bummed out when the game got delayed from October to February. I mean, we all wanted to play it. We played it here, and the game's still awesome. I mean, there's no question about that. The game's still a lot of fun. We got to play the new level, which is sort of this snow-based place. Still playing against the Kraken. But yeah, I mean, that's cool. I think Evolve is going to be huge. And giving them, I'm glad that 2K gave them, Turtle Rock an extra couple months to make sure it's the game it has the potential to be. Yeah, we're seeing it right now. I mean, I definitely want to play the beta too. There is a PC beta coming sooner. I don't know if it's public though. I feel like I'm in the beta. I don't know if I was supposed to say that though.
Scoop!
Scoops! The titular scoop is finally here.
I didn't really see a backlash about that news though. About Evolve.
Well, because I think with betas, the Destiny alpha started on PS4 only. The Battlefield Hardline beta was PS4 only. Like, I think that, for whatever reason, doesn't bother people as much because they know it's just a beta. They'll play the full game. I mean, Evolve is, a month after that anyway. It's out, so...
Look at that Kraken. That Kraken's flying around.
I think that's Tal.
Tal the Kraken.
Yeah, and I want to point out he makes it to stage 2 and then dies.
Oh. Wait, this might be me right now.
Really?
You might be watching me. See, I'm doing really... No, I'm not doing very good. That's not me.
They announced 2 Xbox One bundles. at their
That was the
conference.
third one, but you said, quote, I don't care about that
No,
one.
I didn't.
David.
I don't know if that's verbatim what I said. Fine, we'll mention that one too. Then that's a Call of Duty bundle.
1 terabyte hard
Yeah,
drive.
I know.
The
worst-
biggest hard drive in an Xbox One
That's
so
so
far.
exciting.
That's a terror byte.
Marty, you said this console looks ugly. I thought at a glance it reminds me of Zelda.
Now that
The
you
gold
say that, I
and
can't.
then the Triforce.
I can't
Yeah.
not see Zelda.
It looks
man.
Zelda.
I think the controller is ugly. I think the console is not bad.
the controller's ugly. You think?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, I don't care what my console looks like. It's just going to collect dust in my
Yeah.
sad corner anyways. That's what my TV is, the sad corner of my house. The haunted corner.
Why
of
don't
my
you move
bedroom.
it?
So the console comes with the Day Zero edition of Call of Duty, so you can pick up this console actually on the 3rd, November 3rd instead of the 4th,
Yeah.
and play it for 24 hours and get double XP to get a head start.
Day Zero is a weird, terrifying phrase to me, too.
Why?
I don't know. It reminds
It's like
me-
patient zero.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's like when the
Patient
outbreak
Zero,
starts.
like, yeah.
It sounds ominous, yeah.
Yeah.
I can get on board with that.
There's 2 white bundles then.
Thanks, Damon. Thank you. Represent.
Are you a big football fan? Like why
I'm not, but we're in Germany. The World Cup winners
I
are
get
here.
it. You're right.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive
Yep.
and FIFA 15.
Yep.
And I think the white one is really sexy, actually.
Yeah, I
Oh,
know.
100%. I agree with that. Before Gamescom, I think they also announced a Madden bundle, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yeah.
I guess that's the
That's
U.S.
also one that's
equivalent
also-
of the
yeah,
FIFA
yeah.
thing.
So I've been using the work. I bought a PS4. I've been using a work Xbox One. I think I'm going to buy the Sunset Overdrive bundle because I like the white, and that sounds really bad. I'll move on. So I like the
We're
white.
here in
I like the
Germany.
white Xbox One, and I'm excited for Sunset Overdrive. So I think
Yeah.
that's the bundle I'm going to get.
I mean, Sunset Overdrive is, as of right now, probably the biggest for either first party of fall game. I mean, because
What about Master
What?
Chief Collection?
Sony still has Drive Club, but there's
Master
no
Chief
other.
Collection.
Oh yeah, Master,
Right,
that's
right,
true.
right.
Master Chief Collection. Yeah, because the order is next year, right?
Yeah, the order got
so,
moved next year.
I mean, Sunset Overdrive is one of, I'll say, the biggest first party games coming this fall.
yeah.
So,
In
yeah.
terms of exclusives, Microsoft totally has the stronger lineup this fall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I completely agree.
no
Yeah.
question.
Yep.
All right, and we're going to get a Blinks game, too. I made that up.
Which one?
A Blinks the Time Cat. Remember that vacuum cat?
Blinks
Yeah.
is supposed to be
We
free.
should get a new one.
There was a sequel to that.
Yeah, I want that game. So I've been pushing Microsoft to make a sequel to that, so maybe we'll get it. I don't know if that's how games work.
I don't know about that.
Then it's a Halo channel. on
Yeah.
Xbox Live.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of interesting. It's like a hub for all this Halo multimedia that is coming out around Halo 5 and Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
How is it different from Halo Waypoint?
I actually asked about that. Waypoint is like your achievements and kind of like progress in your games, and this is a separate sort of. There's like an encyclopedia in there. You can watch the upcoming Halo Nightfall series. You can watch Forward Unto Dawn in there, and they're not combining them or integrating them in any way.
Yeah.
They're staying separate.
Yeah, I think it's cool. I mean, they're turning Halo into its own platform, which honestly, there's
yeah.
a handful of games that deserve to be, and Halo's one of them.
Yep.
And so people are stoked about Master Chief Collection. You can be able to watch, the best teams play. People are excited for the beta coming right after Christmas.
Yep.
People are excited. Nightfall looks rad. Like, I saw a little bit of it at Comic-Con, and the production values are crazy. It's going to tie directly into Halo 5 because Locke is the second playable character in Halo 5.
The
So
other
I think
thing-
this is really smart.
The other thing I'm really excited about is when they showed off Halo, they showed it in sort of like an esports scenario. It was like small, arena-based, fast, and there were like shoutcasters.
Yeah.
A big part of Halo channel is you can just pop up like Twitch and just watch competitive Halo games whenever you want.
Yeah.
We should have whisper casters.
Yeah.
After being in a land of shouting for a week, I want whisper casters.
That sounds pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
That sounds incredible.
Yeah.
Finally, they announced, they showed off a bunch of ID and Xbox games.
Yeah.
And they revealed that Blow, Smite, and Superhot will all be making their console debuts on Xbox
Yeah.
One. Console debuts is another trend we're
It's a
hearing
new
lot
thing.
of.
Yeah,
this year.
I mean,
First
I
on
mean,
Xbox One.
not exclusives.
Because it comes to PC
but-
also, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But console debuts.
I mean, on top of that, like those and Ori and a bunch of other like really cool games coming to Xbox, like everyone talks about Sony as having all these incredible indies, but I feel like Xbox has some cool stuff.
Superhot
Super
was a game I wasn't familiar with it until the show, but you guys
Yeah.
all knew
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah, so it's a game you can play. There's like a demo free thing you can play right now. It's awesome. It's a game. It's a first-person shooter, but time only moves when you move, and so it's like it feels like you're in the Matrix. It's really cool. It's crazy in Polish, and the trailer's awesome. The game was kickstarted, and the upper tier was to be able to make your own level, and Cliffy B was the upper tier. So
Oh,
in
wow.
theory, the next Cliffy B thing we're going to get is a level in Super Hot.
Get out of here, Blue Streak.
Get out of here, Blue Streak.
Get out.
We got that Super Hot. And Below, obviously, one of the games we're super excited about. The demo from the live show was awesome.
And then as MOBA guy, I have to speak up. There aren't a lot of MOBAs on consoles.
But
And
Smite? Yeah.
like the over-the-shoulder third-person MOBA.
Yeah.
I hope it works on consoles well. It'd be
Yeah.
cool to see that type of game.
Yeah,
go
we're
over
looking
to
for that white
Xbox
whale
One.
of a mobile that actually can hit on consoles and get people excited.
Yep.
Maybe it's that.
All right, that's the Microsoft conference. I think both conferences were pretty strong.
Yeah, a lot of games.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Stay tuned. We're not quite done yet. We still got more to talk about from Gamescom, coming to you live from Cologne, Germany, presented by Dead Island 2 right after these messages.